bisa terdengar? Ada.
Mulai langsung, mulai.
Udah.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir. My name is Jensen Halim. I'm a moderator for the presentation for group number 4 from the legal aspect in business. Our presentation will be called company list. The subject will be presented by me, Dea Febriana, Fitra Safitri, and Harun Yahya. For the first material, legal basis for mandatory company list will be presented by Fitra Safitri.
Okay, thank you, Jensen. Legal basis for mandatory company listing. The legal basis and professions of mandatory company registration in Indonesia can be seen from several main legal sources, namely for the first one, Law Number 3, years 1982 on compulsory company registration or UU WDP. And then Article 5, Paragraph 1 of the WDP law stipulates that every company must be registered in the company register and the registration office. This law aims to record and materials of information made correctly from a company and is an official source of information for all interest parties. Next there. Secondly, regulation of the Minister of Industry and Trade. Minister of Industry and Trade Regulation 12 MPP Cap 199 established the organization of compulsory company registration and regulates company registration service to improve the quality and smooth the registration. 2. Minister of Industry and Trade Regulation No. 3 to 7 MPP Cap 71999 amends and improve the implementation of compulsory company registration to improve the provision of information and promotion of company registration. 3. Minister of Industry and Trade Regulation number 337 MDAG PER 9 2007 on the implementation of compulsory company registration, which aims to improve the role of the company register and appoints the organizer and implementer of the VDP. Next there. The provision of compulsory company registration in Indonesia are 1. The obligation the register company is regulated in Law Number 3 of 1982 concerning compulsory company registration. 2. Company registration must be done by the owner or manager of the company or can be represented by a valid power of attorney. 3. If the company is owned by several people, then all owners are required to register. However, if one of the owners have registered, the other owner do not need to register again. And for the last, Tanda Daftar Pustaka or TDP must be allowed by every company, including legal entities, cooperative, and individuals. Okay, next. The TDP for 5, the TDP is valid as long as the company is still operating and must be registered every 5 years. 6, company expect from the application the register or companies in the form of jabatan or perjan, and small individual companies that do not require a business license. The objective of compulsory company registration are to record company information correctly, to provide official information the interest parties, to ensure business curtain for business, to create a healthy business club, to create transparency in business activities. Okay, thank you. For the time, I back to Jensen Halim.
Okay. Next. My name is Harun Yahya. I will present about purpose and nature of compulsory company registration. The purpose of compulsory company registration is 1. To record correctly the identity, data, and other information about the company. 2. Providing official information for all interested parties. 3. Ensure business continuity for business work. 4. Creating a healthy business climate, creating transparency in business activities. Nature of the mandatory nature of the company register is open to all parties. This means that register of company can be used by third parties as a source of information. Perfect evidence means the every copy profit under the provisions of paragraph 1 of the article is a perfect means of proof. Next. Registration obligation. Number 1, company establishment and date of establishment for a limited liability company or PT. In Indonesia, a limited liability company is the most commonly used business entity. The establishment of a PT begins with the creation of a date of establishment equipment in the presence of a natural public. This date includes essential details such as the company name, purpose, authorized capital, and shareholding structure. After drafting and signing the deed, the next step is to obtain approval from the Minister of Law and Human Rights through the applicable administration system. This process ensures the company complies with all requirements stipulated in Law Number 40 of 2007 on limited liability companies. Once approval is granted, the PT is officially recognized as a legal entity and can commence operation legal in Indonesia. Next. Registration of Business Identification Number or NIB. The Business Identification Number or NIB is a mandatory identity for every company operating in Indonesia. NIB is used through the online single submission system, a platform designed to streamline the licensing and business administration process. Registration for a NIB involves completing electronic forms on the USS platform, which then process and uses the NIB as official proof that the company is registered. The procedure is regulated by Government Regulation Number 24 of 2018 concerning electronically integrated business licensee service. The NIB serves not only as the company's identity but also as prerequisite for obtaining other necessary permits to conduct business. Next. Number 3, company registration or TDP or SIUP. After obtaining the NIB, a company must process with registration to obtain a company registration certificate. A trade business license, the TDP is a document process. The company is registered with the state administration and is legally permitted to conduct business in Indonesia. On the other hand, the SIUP is a licensee used for engaging in trade activities. The registration process is governed by Law Number 3 of 1982 concerning compulsory company registration, which mandates every company must register in equity the necessary document for a legal operation. This process involves submitting certain document to relevant government against and ensures the company adheres to all applicable regulation. Next. 4. Tax registration. Every company in Indonesia required to register and option a taxpayer identification number. The NPWP is essential for various tax-related transactions such as tax reporting, tax payment, and other tax submission. The registration for NPWP is done the local tax service office and is a crucial initial step to ensure compliance with tax obligation. This process is regulated under law number 28 of 2007 concerning general provision and tax procedures. Having an NPWP enables the company to conduct business in accordance with applicable tax regulation and avoid penalties of fines for non-compliance. Okay, that's all for me. Next will be presented by Jensen Halim.
Thank you, Harun. For the next number 5, we will call Employment and Health Social Security Registration. Companies in Indonesia are also required to register their employees with the Social Security Program managed by the Social Security Agency, or as we know it, BPJS. There are 2 types of BPJS to consider. Number 1, BPJS Employment covers protection against employment-related risks such as workplace accidents, death, and retirement. This registration is governed by Law Number 24 of 2011 concerning the Social Security Organization Agency. For the second one, BPJS Health provides health protection for employees through the health insurance program. This is also regulated under the same law, along with the government regulation and the ministerial regulation that detail the implementation of this program. Next. Number 6, intellectual property rights registration, optional. If a company possesses intellectual property such as trademarks, patents, or copyright, it is highly recommended to register with the Directorate General of Intellectual Property, or DJKI. Registering intellectual property is intended to legally protect the company innovations and creation and prevented negation or imitation by others. The types of intellectual property regulations include: number 1, trademarks, protect names, logos, or symbols used to identify the company's product or service. Trademark registration is governed by Law number 20 of 2016, considered trademarks and geographical indications. Number 2, patents. Protect new and industrial applicable technical invention or innovation. The patent registration procedure is regulated under the Law of number 13 of 2016 concerning patents. Next, please. Okay. How and where and when to apply. How to enroll. Filling out the registration form. Registration is done by filling out the registration form prescribed by the ministry at the office where the company is registered. The second one is attach the required documents. The registration form must be submitted to the region by attaching the required documents are listed in April number 9, 2007. Number 3, signing the form. For PT, the registration form is signed by management charge of the company. Thank you. That will be all for me. Next will be presented by Dea.
Okay, I will explain about how, where, and when to apply. Place of registration. Place of residence of the company office. Registration is made at the domicile of the company office, branch office, and subsidiary office. Registration can also be made to the domicile of its agent and representative office of the company that has the authority to enter into agreement such as agent and representative office. Registration time. Registration must be done with 3 months after the company start its business. Registration for the renewal of PDP must be done no later than 3 months before the period of the registration matter. For PT, no later than 3 months of the notification of change in the registration matter. And for company other than PT, no later than 3 months from the date of notification of dissolution of the company to the responsible minister. Master that must be registered. 1, company name. The company name is legal and not the sum of other previously registered company name. 2, company brand. A company brand that is legal and not the sum of other previously registered company brand. 3, date of establishment and period of establishment. The date of establishment of the company and the period of establishment of the company. 4, principal activities and other business activities. 5, business license owner. Business license owned by the company such as trending business license and trending business registration certificate. 6, company and branch office address. 7, deed of establishment and statement letter office copy of the company, deed of establishment and statement letter from the authorized office. 8, report of change in registered master. A report of change in registered matter such as change in name, address, or business activities, which must be report to the company registered. Okay, thank you.
That will be all from group number 4, company listing. Thank you and good evening, everyone.